Yo, what is up everyone? This is OJ over here from PlayerEssence and welcome to another Zelda video / Nintendo NX discussion. And today I want to talk about how E3 kind of sucked, but The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild was the king. To me, this game is seriously one of the greatest games I've ever played. And I know I've already stated this, but I wanted to talk about this more clearly because to me, E3 is trash at this point for me. I am not one of those YouTubers that get all these exclusive interviews, and I'm not big enough to do all this stuff to where I get instant access, so waiting in long lines is horrible, and I actually hate it, and I'm actually even considering not going in the future, just because I think I can cover the show better from home, but that's aside the point. The point is, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is the king. This game was the king of E3 for me, personally for me. There was a lot of great games that I played at the show. I think Microsoft and Sony overall had better shows than Nintendo. Obviously, Nintendo did not have enough games. But The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild showed to me that Nintendo has something that these other companies don't. They have something that kind of just shows that when it comes to making a game, when it comes to focusing what can we do to engage players the most, and in the most interesting ways, when Nintendo puts their mind to something, they're pretty much unstoppable when it comes to that. I can't see another company making a game as good as them. And I have not seen a third-party developer, in my opinion, make a game as involved, as amazing as The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild in a long time. This is the most impressed that I've been with a demo at E3, and the most impressed that I've been with a game that's saying that they're rebooting or they're doing something new in a long time. Over the course of the years that I've been playing video games, you always get developers that say, we're trying something new, we're trying something different, we're rebooting the franchise, or we're redoing this, or we're adding all these new mechanics. And sometimes they deliver. I think Mass Effect was one of those games for me when it came from like Mass Effect 1 to Mass Effect 2. And Nintendo's done it before with like Mario 64, they've done it with Mario Galaxy. There's been various other publishers that have done things like that, new IPs that have came and just completely rewritten the rules as far as how to develop games and things like that. But that's something that I didn't really see from any of the developers at this year's show. Despite them saying, oh yeah, we're doing this new, this, and this, I didn't really see that in the demos that I played, and I didn't see that in the gameplay clips. Now, there's a lot of cool stuff, don't get me wrong, I'm really looking forward to God of War and many other games, trust me, I really am. But The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild showed me that Nintendo still has it, and when they're at their best, when they're focusing on the core game, and when they're not focusing on moving some type of gimmick around or doing some type of thing, they can clearly make a game that is so in tune with what gamers want, and it's just flat out amazing, and it's amazing. And if they can focus that energy and channel it on the Nintendo NX and doing that to other franchises, so if they can take that same attention to detail and time and put that towards F-Zero and put that towards Golden Sun and put that towards Eternal Darkness and put that on the Nintendo NX, that system is going to be fantastic and it is going to do very well. This is the type of energy that Nintendo needs to put into more titles, the type of quality that Nintendo needs to put into more titles. There was too many times that I found myself with Wii U saying, well, this is good, but I don't like this mechanic, or this is good, but this kind of gets in the way. Now, there's amazing titles on the Wii U, obviously, some of my favorite titles of all time, for example, like Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and Bayonetta 2, but those games were very clear and concise, and to me did something similar to what Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, where there's a lot of games on Wii U that tried to incorporate motion controls or some type of gamepad deal, and to me it didn't necessarily focus on what can they do to add so much to the experience, whereas more than what they can do to use this physical object. And that's the thing that Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild doesn't do. It clearly focuses on adding so many new things to the Legend of Zelda franchise. You'll be overwhelmed when you play this game by how many things are new and different for the better. Seriously, when you play this game, it will be overwhelming. Your senses as far as Zelda goes will be like exploding with glee. Like, it's just amazing. You've seen all of the Zelda fanboys on here talk about this game that went to E3 and played it. You've seen people who weren't even Zelda fanboys go over there and play the game, or who weren't even huge on Nintendo, or who run channels that do Microsoft and Sony more. When they played this game, they're like, yeah, this is it. Nintendo really needs to take that energy, take that focus of designing a game for one, the core gamer, then the expanded audience moving out, and put that towards all of their franchises, and the Nintendo NX is going to be a big success. Nintendo's first-party games are going to sell the system, and third-party developers are going to have no choice but to put some games on there because of the install base. But Nintendo really needs to focus on that. They really need to focus on what they did with Legend of Zelda, and like I said, not just adding things in just to add things, but modernizing, but at the same time putting their own touch. And I think that's the biggest thing about The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild that I'm impressed with. They modernized the game to what you would see in today's standards, but at the same time, they put their own touch on there. So stuff like surfing on shields, you don't see that in a lot of other open world games. You would never see something like that in like The Witcher. It's too goofy, right? But in Legend of Zelda, it works. It just works. In addition to the voice acting, which is modern, that's about time that they've added that. So those are the things that I'm talking about, and I really do think that this game is really going to turn a lot of people around to what Nintendo can do. I love the fact that with the enemies, they have the health bars. It's just things like that, to where they never had that in Zelda games. Now it feels more like an RPG. It feels more like what you would see today, and it's a good thing, guys. It's really a good thing. So I know I've been fanboying out on The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, but you guys know I'm not the biggest Zelda fan out there, but this game truly is probably going to be the best game on Wii U, to me, outside of Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and Bayonetta 2. It's like those three are going to be tied, and this might be the best Zelda game of all time for me. So man, I'm really looking forward to this game, and I cannot wait to play more of it. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Let me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. Also subscribe to PlayerEssence for more news, reviews, trailers, tips, and tricks, and everything on The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you for the next video. Peace.